Thank you, Honorable Yusuf Aji, the Chairman of the Senate Standing Committee on National Security and Foreign Relations, and to Honorable Paul Kainange, the Chairman of the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Administration and Security. Thank you, honorable members of these joint committees and the Clerk of the National Assembly for according me this opportunity to appear before you today as the President nominee or to be the third Inspector General of the National Police Service. Our gathering today is an important constitutional exercise which recognizes the important oversight role this joint committee play over the National Police Service. I would like also to take this opportunity once again, introduce me to you. My full name is Hillary Mutyambai, currently the Deputy Director Counterterrorism Coordination Division within the National Intelligence Service. This nomination is indeed a great honor and privilege, and I want to thank His Excellency the President, Uhuru Kenyatta, for the confidence and the trust he has placed in me. Honorable members, I would never in my imagination thought it is possible that I will be sitting before a parliamentary committee for vetting for the position of Inspector General. It shows me that merit, hard work, and integrity have a place in this country. Allow me, Honorable Chairman, to thank my wife, Dr. Susan Zioki, who has been a real pillar in my life, for her unwavering support over the last 29 years. I owe a debt of gratitude. To our grown up children, the encouragement not only since this nomination was made, but also over the years as we watched them grow up, has served as a key motivation for me to be a better human being who totally lives out the values instilled in them. Honorable Co-Chair.
Point of order, Chair. I think the nominee is out of order because he's reading, instead of giving us his background, I think what he's telling us is not irrelevant to this.
I think you are overruled because it is we who have asked him to explain himself. Whether he will do it verbally or reading, I think it is quite in order. So, but I think enough. We have said enough, and we have it in writing. We'll stop there now. Thank you very much. Well done.
We thank you. I think you have told us most of the early life. We want to hear you tell us, actually, in your career service as an officer. That's where we are looking. So we'll give you some other minutes. Maybe you can do that.
Point of order, Chair.
Yeah.
Let it be given enough time.
Very good. Very good. Hillary, you can continue because your family life and your working life, it is what has made you to be successful in your career. So just proceed.
Chair, I think it will be best if we allow the nominee to explain, rather than us always interjecting, because it might actually affect him and he might not be confident enough later to explain himself. So let's just let it flow rather than keep on interrupting. Thank you.
Yeah, point well taken. You can proceed until you finish your presentation.
Thank you, Honorable Co-Chairs and members of both committees. I have served in the security sector for 27 years, and in order to get to know me better, please allow me to give you a little background about myself. My desire to serve within the law enforcement can be traced from my childhood and the experience I underwent. I was born in 1964 in Machakos, and my late father worked as an electrician at the East African Poland Cement Company in Athi River. And my mother was a teacher. I am blessed to have her watching me this morning as I want to thank her for the unconditional love she continues to show me. I'm the firstborn in a family of 4, which was later increased when my father married my stepmother. Due to various circumstances beyond my knowledge, my father took me to the village to be raised by my grandfather, who was a man of unparalleled wisdom, respected by many, and his manner of dealing with the family members, especially his own children, taught me the importance of justice and fairness in maintaining harmony and coexistence. Being raised by persons from 2 different generations was an interesting experience, and I learned early to be a diplomat who could shuttle between all parties and seek agreements on issues. This quality will later serve me well when I worked as a diplomat at the Kenya High Commission in Uganda. My grandfather was not only wise, but he also instilled the values of integrity, hard work, selflessness, values which have continued to guide me in my life. Allow me to mention and thank some other key influences in my life: Father O'Toole, Father McMahon, priest who encouraged me greatly during my schooling in the seminary. I began by schooling at the St. Paul Primary School in Athi River and Kirangaini Primary School, Masi in Machakos, and proceeded to Paul VI Junior Seminary for my O level, and therefore Kericho High School for my A level. In 1987, I made my family proud by becoming the first person from my village to be admitted in the University of Nairobi. Upon graduation in 1990, with a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, I served as a teacher for a year before joining then the Kenya Police Force as a constable in 1991. Honorable co-chairs and members, my desire to join then police force was a result of the cases of insecurity I had witnessed and my burning desire for justice for all, which I felt would be best served within the police. I continued in my service in the police force and rose through the ranks. I was promoted to Inspector of Police in 1993, Chief Inspector of Police in 1995, and Superintendent of Police in 1998. In 1999, I transited to the intelligence, where I rose through the ranks to my current position as a Deputy Director in charge of counter-terrorism. Honorable members, I make mention of my career as a policeman because these experiences shaped my understanding of what the police constable on the beat and the commander at the station go through. But more fundamentally, it illuminated my understanding of the opportunities and gaps that exist and which will be an asset should this House confirm me. Honorable Co-Chair and members, I'm aware the highest objective of the National Police Service, as enshrined in the Constitution, if you allow me to quote, is to strive for the highest standards of professionalism and discipline among its members, prevent corruption, and promote and practice transparency and accountability, comply with constitutional standards of human rights and fundamental freedoms, train staff to the highest possible standards of competence and integrity, and to respect human rights and fundamental freedoms and dignity, and foster and promote relationship with a broader society. These noble objectives are reflected in the hopes of many citizens of all walks of life who have sent me messages of goodwill and offered wise words of counsel. Should this joint committee confirm me, I pledge that I will always remember to uphold these constitutional ideals, as I serve as the Inspector General. Over the past 27 years, honorable members, I have served this country in various capacities within the security sector, an honor and privilege that accorded me the administrative and operational insights of which I believe will be useful in the office of the Inspector General of the National Police Service. My most recent professional arena of the service within the National Intelligence Service has given me the vantage point to see the existing security threats our nation faces, and should you confirm me, I recognize that my role will be greatly broadened from not only offering advisory to the multi-agency stakeholders, but to enforcement of the law in a fair and impartial manner. I have seen what failure to adherence to the law can lead to, and if fortunate to be confirmed by this joint committee, I want to affirm that the National Police Service, under my leadership, must always, and Honorable Co-Chair, I will repeat, always be faithful to the rule of law. And I want to make it very clear that I am deeply committed to the rule of law, especially on human rights, as enshrined in the Constitution, and every decision shall be guided by these fundamental commitments. My transition to the intelligence community and my subsequent service within various operational and administrative positions, and my close working relations with the multi-agency stakeholders has given me a broader understanding of our security sector. This experience has given me a deep understanding of the threats we currently face, among them organized crime, terrorism, corruption, transnational crimes, cattle rustling, and criminal gangs. Honorable members, if this joint committee confirm me as the Inspector General, I will bring with me the knowledge and the experiences needed to spearhead the National Police Service in mitigating these threats. I have a very specific set of key issues I was to focus on that touches on the administrative and operational component of the National Police Service. Firstly, I must congratulate my predecessor for ably leading the National Police Service transformation journey. Under his leadership, the team has set in motion the process of reforms. I'm aware many of the reforms plans have been carried out, including harmonization and integration of the Kenya Police Service and the Administration Police Service under one command structure right from the region, counties, and sub-counties. I will offer continuity of the reforms if this joint committee confirm me of up to the police ward station level, implementation of the National Police Service Information Management System, which digitizes the occurrence book and the case file management system. Secondly, under the theme of enhancing police service delivery at the grassroots, I will be keen to transform each police station into a center of delivery for policing services. I will call for your participation, honorable members, in building of new police stations and innovating the old police station to meet modern policing standards and improve the working condition of our officers. I will endeavor to establish a National Police Academy to instill responsible leadership within cadets of the National Police Service as envisaged in the reforms. I will enhance civil police relations and adapt international best practices. I also want to focus on the welfare of the men and women serving the police service by making sure that the National Police Service Referral Hospital is constructed and operational. I intend to engage with the Salaries and the Remunerations Commission on the issue of house allowance, and in the view of the tough and sometimes traumatic nature of police work, I want to expand the psychosocial support department and decentralize it to all the regions. I would want to enhance the police chaplaincy services, last but not least, to support the education efforts of the children of police officers. I will engage with the Commission and other stakeholders to increase and improve the school academies within the National Police Service. My experience in the multi-agency approach in the war against terror has proved that multi-agency collaboration is the way to go in managing emerging security threats. If this joint committee confirms my nomination, I will enhance the approach, bringing on board relevant government agencies, civil society, members of the public, and the leaders. Thirdly, we are aware that corruption threatens the very existence of our society, and we must all join together in the fight against corruption. On my part, I intend to do this by initiating a system that enhances accountability and responsibility within the National Police Service and the overall Kenyan society through enforcing laws in an nonpartisan and highly responsive manner. I will work closely with relevant government agencies and stakeholders to achieve synergy in the war against corruption. Honorable members, I have the experience, knowledge, and key association which are formed with a diverse pool of critical stakeholders within the country and the outside the criminal justice system, which will be crucial as I lead the National Police Service at this point, if I am fortunate enough to be confirmed by this committee. My understanding and appreciation of the diversity of Kenyans gained from the deployments in different regions, the knowledge on security policy issues gained during my postgraduate studies in national security policy from Australian National University give me an advantage when it comes to advising on security policy issues. Honorable members, it is a distinct honor to appear before this honorable joint committee today. I appreciate the time and importance you have dedicated this vetting process, and I look forward to having dialogue this morning. I look forward to answering your questions, not just today, but should this committee so confirm me in the months and years ahead as we work together to ensure the protection and security of our citizens is granted. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, before I give my co-chair, maybe ask a question to Hillary. I also wanted to ask you, Hillary, corruption in the National Police Service or in the police service, it ranks from the lower to the higher ladder. And the high ladder is where you will be. And these senior officers might try to sabotage you when you're fighting this corruption. Maybe you tell us how you're going to deal with the senior officers in the police service to deal with the issue of corruption, because corruption strikes from the lower ladder up to the top. Maybe Haji, if you have something to ask.
You also say that you are going to uphold rule of law and also ensure that these human rights, you take care of human rights. You are aware of hue and cry in Kenya about extrajudicial killing, and mainly fingers are pointed at the police. What are you intending to do to curb that? Thank you.
Well, honorable members and honorable senators, maybe we'll ask four questions, and also feel free to maybe raise a concern to Hillary. That is the order we are going to take. So I see many hands, and I'll start with Honorable Kaunya, then we come to Senator, and then we come to Didmas. The first four, we go to Tekla, then we take another note. We take four. So 4 questions. Proceed.
Do you have a notebook where you are taking down, eh? Yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairs. Mr. Hillary Mutyambai, I want to first congratulate you for having been nominated and I want to ask two issues. One is a clarification. You did indicate that you are born in 1964 in Machakos, correct? But I have a birth certificate number 739042, which you attached, and it reads you are born in Ngara Estate. If you need to clarify whether the Ngara Estate, perhaps there's another in Machakos. That's for clarification. My second question or issue, you are coming in, if confirmed, to the police service at a critical time when we are talking of transformation of the police service to give service delivery to the wananchi. There are issues that you are going to face. Some of the key drawbacks that have been there is the existence of tensions between the departments within the police. Tensions between, say, the administration police, the Kenya police, tensions also between the police and the local administration. As you are aware, based on the background of administration police, they were assisting the local administration in enforcing their functions or mandates. There are also issues to do with the tensions between organizations that are citizen-oriented, which are meant to really help police, like the issue of community policing. We have a community policing arrangement which is police controlled. There is one called Nyumba Kumi, which is citizen-based. Then we have peace committees. And finally, you have also areas where there are great concerns in terms of promotions and other aspects. Promotions, I would want to give you an example that there are promotions which are not based on merit or in a particular criteria that is set out. Like recent, we have chief inspectors to the rank of assistant superintendent. For over 2-3 months, they finish the course, they are not promoted. We have also differences in departments on the promotions. So I want to ask one question. When you come in, 3 steps you take to ensure there's that harmony in command and control, and there's harmony that will ensure what you have called transformation of police stations as centers of service delivery.